What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J, and we're locked in. This is season 6 of Ready to Love. Last season, we were kind of on the fences with it, but we're still in DC, and we're bringing in a whole new cast of people. So hopefully we can get a more entertaining season and see if there's really anyone looking for love. Because we seen at the reunion, a lot of people weren't still together. But what can you expect on these TV shows? But before we jump into this, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you'll be a part of it. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, this is season 6. We're ready for love. We're ready to find a couple to stay in love, find love, and keep love. So let's jump into it. This is episode 1 of season 6. We're still out on the East Coast because there's a lot of singles out there. We're on the Potomac River. We got Tommy, and he's letting us know that it's about quality over quantity, meaning we're not going to have 20 singles starting off this time. We will have more people coming into the show, but we're going to break it down so you get to know somebody one-on-one before we involve all these other people. First up, we have Paul, 48, software analyst, and he says he's like a lion. Mufasa, Simba, all of them, they ain't got nothing compared to my boy Paul. So we're going to see what he's all about this season. See if he makes it to the end. Next up is Miss, I think it's pronounced Dakia, 39 years old, senior systems engineer. She says she's waxed and vaxxed, gentlemen. She's a sucker for love. Yeah, it's hot, ain't we? We starting off early, ain't we? Okay, my man Paul, as soon as she gets in here with that yellow on, he's going ahead and introduce himself, getting the jokes going. Yeah, get him to smile a little bit. Next up, Miss Tiffany, 37, mobile education owner. Now, I know she did good during this pandemic. I bet you was out there eating good. Now, she said, gentlemen, she loves to touch and to be touched. Okay, she says she's the Southern girl. She can cook too. Paul's like, can you cook country though? She said, yeah, I can cook it. Whew. We starting off good this season. I'm liking this. A Southern girl makes a house a home. You bring home the bacon, she cooks it. All right, my house is a home. I did it on my own. Next up is Wiley, 32, a younger gentleman, athletic director and musician. Okay, he went to Virginia Tech too. He got that ring on his finger, you know what I'm saying? The ACC championship. Now, Wiley says his name came from his grandfather's middle name, and he's glad that his mom didn't name him after his grandpa, whose first name was Clarence. Now, he's getting here, and the ladies, they see him. Okay, nice statue on my young brother. Got that ring on, they noticing it. He's like, yeah, you know, he's just filling out the area. Let's see how Wiley does. You know, I always root for the younger gentleman. Now, we're talking about how the women outnumber the men 10 to 1. Now, I know whenever I go out to DC and visit my younger brother, it is a plethora of women out there. I'm talking about beautiful, very diverse too, but there's nothing like a brown skinned woman to get my motor running. Next up, Fernando, 34, risk analyst. He said his dad taught him how to be a gentleman. And of course, he comes up to the ladies. Give them a nice firm handshake, gentlemen. Look them in the eye, introduce yourself, ask them for their name, and then get the conversation rolling. Now, Fernando goes in on his ex saying she didn't respect him. She was sleeping with men inside of his house. And you let this continue on? It should have, after a man, I would have been done with that relationship. He said men, not unless it was multiple men at once. But then he was saying she was going to swinger parties. But if you're going to go to a swinger party, at least invite me if you really love me. Fernando's a wild brother. We're going to see how he does on the show. Next up is Keena, 39, budget analyst. She said that she's a diva in a relationship. She wants a man that will lead, but she's in the back pulling the strings. Now, if he's leading, I don't know how you pulling the strings. We're going to see how she does on the show. But with that, I don't think any men want somebody behind them pulling the strings if they're leading. Because if they're leading, that means they're doing everything they need to do correctly because they're in the front. We'll see. Good luck, Keena. Now, she talking about she likes a good looking man, but she needs him to have his backside flat. Pause, because she got all of it behind her. She got that wagon. So, fellas, I don't know. You might have to skip squats if you want to get with her. Then we see this tall, bald, chocolate fella, beard, Mr. Demetrius. He going around shaking all the ladies' hands. You see all the ladies like, oh. Like, damn, this ain't even fair. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius look like about 6'2", maybe. You know, I'm only 6 foot, but they love them some chocolate men. Demetrius, you got the advantage right now, brother. Precious, 34, IT consultant. We have some very successful people here. A lot of these tech jobs that they have, I know the ballpark figures that they're in because, I had me a couple of CompTIA certs and I know a few things. So everything we're seeing here is successful. But Precious, she sees Demetrius and she's like, oh my goodness. She wants that love. She wants a man to love her like Martin did Gina. Now, you remember the whole Martin and Gina thing. The Martin show got canceled because Gina said that Martin was allegedly, people. We're not going to get into that. But yeah, you don't want that Martin and Gina love. Miss Sabrina, 36, nonprofit executive. Nonprofit, meaning where does any of the profit to your pockets come from? That's what we want to know. But Sabrina, she's a very attractive woman, 36 years old. Now, she brought along a list. Now, look at this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Probably 20 things on that list. You're probably only going to find 3 or 4 of them on this list. And the other ones, the other 16, you're probably going to overlook. But let's see how Sabrina does. I'm going to try to read this list off to y'all. It's kind of small. Looking for in a partner. Easygoing, happy, can be emotionally vulnerable, patient, active. Those two contradict each other. Financially stable. I just said she's a nonprofit executive. Where's the profit to her pocket? She's probably not making any money. Witty, hot AF, brings out the best in me. Sexually compatible, fun. Prioritizes me and family, affectionate. The 3 C's. Consistent, considerate, communicate. Sometimes someone who can live in CA. I don't know what that means. Loves black people. Well, you're on a black network. They're going to have all black people. And I assume that they love black people here. But this list, fellas, Sabrina's attractive. Stay away. Next up is Livin, 44, lead technical analyst. He's talking to Sabrina. She asks, what does he like to do for fun? He says he used to bodybuild. You can see he got that, he got that body shape, that body form. Okay. Let's see what he got going on though. Ladies, y'all might need to look out for my brother. He doesn't care about all the women in the DMV, even if it's Beyonce. He wants the woman that's going to love him and be there for him. He's looking for the one. He's not looking for one, he's looking for the one. Next up, we got Big Clifton. He came in here. They said he had the voice of God. He came in. Clifton, nice to meet you. Now, let's see what Clifton is about. Now, as a man, we looking over there trying to size him up. Damn, this gentleman big, so I don't want to tussle with him. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on this good side, because if me and Clifton get into it, Clifton probably got me about 50, 60 pounds. I'd have to hit him with something. But Clifton is here and all the ladies are looking. Clifton, 44, project management consultant. He said he's looking for a woman like him. He's loud. He's outgoing. He likes to have fun. So maybe him and Sabrina, they might be able to link up and make it happen. Hey, a project management consultant. We ain't pocket watching, but we know you got some dollars, brother. Tommy comes out to talk to everybody. He's just greeting them. We have the colors of the rainbow out here with all these beautiful dresses and beautiful women. We got some handsome gentlemen out here. They all cleaned up nice. Tommy's here to let them know, though, we're only starting off with 14 people and 2 people got to go home. That means the curveball is throughout the season, they're going to be adding in people. But you remember in the intro, quality over quantity. All right, now Fernando, he started off pretty smooth, but he's over here and he's talking to Miss Lovely in the green. I think she said her name was Joy, but she's saying this is more like an interview process. Now, if you're going in for a job, we want to know, can you do the job? Can you effectively get it done? You're hired. But in this, she wants to actually get to know each other. Now, he's asking about her job and stuff. You have to understand, Tommy just told us that 2 people are going home. You can't be talking about the job right now. You need to be getting to know each other, because someone's on the chopping block tonight. You can easily get in to know about the jobs later, but this is just an informal meet and greet. We have a couple of drinks and we talk about us. What are you into? Things of that nature. Wiley and Keena, they're over here talking. Now, you got to remember, I think he was 32 for 34. She's 39. Now he's talking about his job and everything and how he likes it. But she's saying, I thought you were maybe about 35, but you can tell these two, they aren't really clicking. Not at all. On no cylinders, not even one. So she's saying, it's not really going to work. She's not going to go into the cradle. Sabrina, she said the first person she's seen that she really wanted to go talk to was Demetrius. Now, I gave everybody a warning. That's just low key me being a man. I'm like, damn, if I was there, I probably would have went at Sabrina first just off of my attractiveness to her. I'm like, okay, cool. But Demetrius is here and they're hitting it off. Demetrius is 42 years old, a government contractor. Now, he has been married. He said he was married for 3 years, but he takes accountability and holds himself responsible. He said the relationship, it didn't go as well as he wanted to, and that was on him. But he takes full responsibility for that. Sabrina, she was also married, but her relationship didn't work either. Now, she came in here with a long list of things. She said she didn't know what she wanted, so she went to therapy. Sometimes that list of what you want, you need to write down what you need to do for yourself. I always say you need to look in the mirror first before you can go out there and expect something from somebody else. Now, I don't know the full situation, but that's just one of my observations. Paul comes over there and he's giving his nicknames. They talking about Popo, P.O., like P.O. officer. Like, nah, post office, because I got that delivery. They like, okay. My boy Paul, he's over here. But that's what I'm telling you to all my gentlemen watching that don't really have too much experience out there with talking to the ladies. When you're coming into an event like this, first you got to be clean. Make sure you got everything shaved up. Like I'd have my hair cut with a line, but right now I'm just chilling. But you want to come there, you want to be fly. But then you want to be able to make the ladies laugh and be able to counter react whatever they say and have a nice get back. Joy, 41, professional singer. She talking about Paul because he said P.O. with a period in the middle. Post office because he delivers. She's talking about, yeah, Grubhub delivers also. She's right. Now, I didn't see her intro. I would have went after her also. Her and Sabrina, as far as who I'm attracted to just off of sight. Yeah. Now, Paul is talking to Ace. Ace is a 37-year-old philanthropist, and he's asking her about herself. She says she was married 10 years ago. It may only last about a year or two. And he's talking about, you didn't give it a chance. So when she comes in for her interview, the producer is asking, so what do you have to say about that? She just gets quiet. They add in the cricket noises. She's like, oh. Hey, man, if they said they're married and divorced, hey, leave that out. When you guys get to know each other more, then you can go into details of that. She said she was married, divorced 10 years ago. Okay, cool. We ain't got to worry about that guy lingering around anymore. These two lovely melanated people, they're talking to each other and they're talking about his drink, which is I guess, Romeo and Juliet. Never heard of it, never had it, never would try it. And he's asking, does she like that story? And she's like, nah, not really. And he's talking about because of the end of the story, we know how they both ended up dying. And she's talking about no more because if your family doesn't want you to be with somebody, that's just messed up. Now, in my opinion, if I'm Romeo, I don't care how nice Juliet was. My family, we're rich. We beefing with their family. I'm going to go ahead and stick with my family. We got some money. I'm not throwing my life away for love. We have Tori, 39 years old. He's a realtor. And he's talking about how he wasn't raised with his mother. She was actually in the military. So she was in Kuwait for a long time. She must have been Army or Marines if she was there for that long. Air Force, we don't send people more than about 9 months. So she had to be in the Army. And we're in the same age bracket. So that was back then. It was a lot of conflict going on back then. So a lot of his advice that he got came from his grandparents. What I like hearing from Precious is she actually sat down and listened to him. Now we hear that she's big on the family and everything. But before they got done, we heard in her little one-on-one, she said she doesn't want anyone to feel like they're out there by themselves with no support. So even if these two don't hit it off, Precious is one person I see that's truly genuine on this show so far. She actually sat here and listened to it and appreciated hearing his story. So I like that. That's good, Precious. I really do. That's something a man can appreciate. Now it's Tommy's turn to come out here. Hey, gentlemen, let me holler at the ladies a little bit. Ask the ladies, how's everything going? Are they liking it here? We just want to dig a little bit and see who the women are feeling. You guys know how the process is. Tommy's always checking in. I'm glad he's better because, at the reunion, he said that he had the C-19. So I don't know when this was recorded, before the reunion or after it, but I'm glad he's doing better. And we want to know what the ladies, what they got on their mind, because you remember one of them's going home. All the ladies are choosing Clifton. I told y'all when he came in, I sized him up, said, damn, it's gonna be a tough competition. They're gonna see this big dude. Damn, Clifton, you a bad man. Because all the ladies say they want Clifton. He's a big teddy bear. And what did he say? I'm loud, outgoing, and I want someone to match that. Ladies see him and they gonna follow him. Now she's saying Clifton is a friend, but she wants to start off as a friend. I had a woman tell me that, and man, we don't want to hear that. We want to start off as friends. If we're trying to pursue you as something, you're going to be more than a friend to us. So hearing the friend thing, we don't really like that. But she also likes Wiley. And Precious actually said she's really feeling Tori. So I knew that them two, when they had that little connection and she was genuinely listening to him, okay, cool. But now they getting on PO, parole officer. That's the first thing Tommy thought of. That's what I was thinking, parole officer. No one thinks post office. You know, saying PO, post office. Nah. But Paul is looking kind of bad. Now we're doing it quickly this week. I'm talking about we're only at the halfway point, and it's everybody come in here. The gentleman that isn't ready to love is, and I'm talking about it's no the women go tell them. No, we're just doing it in front of everybody. Mr. Fernando. Damn. Risk analyst. You didn't analyze the scene in there, man. You should have got in there. I mean, it sucks, brother, but I mean, thank you for showing up, man. They said you wasn't ready for love. It's just you weren't ready for any of them, but there's a woman out there for you. Me personally, I know I'm making it past the first night. I gotta make it past the first night or y'all wouldn't see my face. Instagram deleted. Joy, of course, she's feeling Clifton. They said he's 6'4". Sound like Barry White. I got to put a little bit more bass in my voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start talking to y'all like this because that's what the ladies want. You know what I'm saying? That's how I normally talk. But when I'm just relaxed, this is how I sound. Clifton, he's saying everything he needs to say. You know what I'm saying? What I'm interested in is right here. And Joy, she's hearing it like, oh, really? Yeah. These two, they hitting it off. I'm talking about we already planning the first date. Y'all hear that bass? But yeah, he's saying, have you heard of goat yoga? Have you ever been there? She said, yeah, I seen them on your back. So they're both laughing and cracking up. What did I tell you guys earlier? If you can get them to laugh, fellas, that's the best start. Normally, that's the best approach. Look at that. Now she's offering a drink because she's like, man, I didn't have to do everything I was doing with the other guys, peeling back layers. Clifton went over there. He asserted himself. He started talking and they had a regular conversation. It wasn't, oh, what do you do at your job? No one wants to talk about all that, especially now. And now she's giving him his drink. Fellas, be careful when ladies give you drinks. Now, they have production here to watch this, but you got to watch it because men also get drugged. Now, Sabrina's over here talking. She finally found someone that she can have a conversation with. They're joking about him being from Gary, Indiana, and Michael Jackson being the claim to fame. And all comes Precious. She's like, oh, what y'all talking about? Michael Jackson? It's time for elimination. That's why everybody's trying to jump in with somebody. Because when all the fellas get together, normally what we'll do is, okay, who you got one, you got one. Okay, you got one. We making sure everyone's straight because it's 6 of us. So if everyone has somebody, that's going to leave out one woman. So Precious is applying that pressure. And Sabrina, she's looking like, excuse me. Precious came in, looked like she got the white toes. Now Vern, he's in the corner. He's the cool guy. He didn't plan it this way. He's just cool. And you could tell he's cool because he has the mismatched shocks. But that's what you do. It's just a little something to talk about. Because when a woman sees it, she's going to say, oh. And it just sparks a conversation. Also, when you're out, especially in the tech field, people wear a lot of mismatched socks. Precious is saying the things that she doesn't like about Vern is the things she likes. He's social. And the reason she's saying that is because you can see there's a little bit of jealousy lingering in there because she doesn't want him to be social with other women. Only talk to me. But come on, man. This is Vern. He's in the cool corner. He just got Keena walking up too. This man had 3 women within about 10 to 15 minutes. I see why Precious don't like him being social. The man is working. Clifton's over here. Him and Miss Kia. I'm sorry if it was Nakia. And then comes Keena. He just got his one-on-one. These two, they were trying to get to talk to each other from the beginning of the show. And here comes Keena. But I told you guys, it's elimination. You got to scramble around and get what you can. Now it's time for Tommy to get all the gentlemen around and see who they're liking. A lot of people are saying Sabrina. I told you there was that attractiveness about her, but that list and probably trying to dig and get to know her a little bit more may be the thing to deter her. But the gentlemen, they're liking her. So at least Sabrina knows she's good for the first episode. All right, now it's that time. Tommy brings everyone out. Remember, we're eliminating people right in front of everybody for the first episode. And the first lady to go is, the first woman to leave is Keena. Now, she's saying maybe her attitude and her expressions were nonchalant. Nah, it's that diva in you. It's that diva in you. The gentlemen, they didn't connect with you because you were a diva. You were in the back pulling strings while all the ladies were following and listening to the gentleman that they wanted. Well, it's unfortunate you have to go home. We wish you the best of luck, but you were not ready for love. There you go, episode 1 of season 6 of Ready to Love. Do you think that these two were the ones to leave this show? And also, how do you feel about them only having 14 people to start with and eliminating 2 on the first episode? Let me know what you guys think. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.